because they don't think they can be manipulated. And obviously they can.
We humans should get used to the idea that we are no longer mysterious souls. We are now hackable animals. That's what we are. You said that at the World Economic Forum.
Yeah. Again, this is the same point, basically, that it's now possible to hack human beings, not just to hack our smartphones, our bank accounts, our computers, but to really hack our brains, our minds, and to predict our behavior and manipulate our behavior more than in any previous time in history.
The other line that you said, which really made me think and ponder, was as previously human life was about the drama of decision making, and without this we won't have a meaning in life.
Yeah. That if you look, at politics, at religion, and at culture, people told stories about their lives, or the lives of people in general, as a kind of drama of decision making. That you reach a particular junction in life and you need to choose. You need to choose between good and evil. You need to choose between political parties. You need to choose what to study at university, or where to work, what kind of job to apply to. And our stories revolved around these decisions. And what happens to human life if increasingly the power to make decisions is taken from us? And increasingly it's algorithms making all these decisions for us or about us.
Is that possible?
It's already happening. Increasingly, you apply to a bank to get a loan. In many places, it's no longer a human banker who is making this decision about you, whether to give you a loan, whether to give you a mortgage. It's an algorithm analyzing billions of bits of data about you and about of millions of other customers or previous loans, determining whether you're creditworthy or not. And if you ask the bank, if they refuse to give you a loan, and you ask the bank, why didn't you give me a loan? And the bank says, we don't know. The computer said no. And we just believe our computer, our algorithm. And it's happening also in the judicial system increasingly, that various judicial decisions, verdicts, like for how many, like the judge decided that you committed some crime, the sentence, whether to send you to 2 months or 8 months or 2 years in prison, is increasingly determined by an algorithm. You apply to a place at university. You apply to a job. This too is increasingly decided by algorithms.
Dating.
Dating, yes. I mean, even unbeknownst to you, the algorithms of the dating apps that you're using are shaping your romantic life.
But what, in a world of, robotics and artificial intelligence, why do I need to find a person at all?
Why not just have a relationship with a robot or with an AI?
Yeah.
We do see the beginning of this, that people are building more and more intimate relationships with non-human intelligences, with AIs and bots and so forth. And this raises a lot of difficult and profound questions. Now, part of the problem is that the AIs are built to mimic intimacy. That the ability, intimacy is an extremely powerful thing, not just in romance, also in the market, also in politics. If you want to change somebody's mind about anything, political issue, a commercial preference, intimacy is kind of the most powerful weapon. And somebody you really trust, somebody you have intimate relationships with, will be able to change your views on a lot of things more than someone you see on TV or just an article you read in a newspaper. There is a huge incentive for the creators of AIs to create AIs that are able to forge intimate relationships with humans. And this makes us extremely vulnerable to this new type of manipulation that was previously just unimaginable.
Because loneliness is at, all-time highs, especially in the sort of Western world, and sexlessness. And I was reading some stats about how the bottom 50% of men in particular are having almost no sex relative to the top sort of 10%. And you think, this disparity, the rise of digitalization, loneliness, we're in our homes on screens more than ever before. And then you hear about this industry of AI and sex dolls and all this, and you just wonder, you play it forward and go, ugh.
Yeah, it's going there. And the thing is that it's not that the humans are so stupid or something, that they kind of project something onto the AI and fall in love with an AI chatbot. The AI is deliberately built, created, trained to fool us. To the same way, you look at the previous 10 years, there was a big battle for human attention. There was a battle between different social media giants and whatever, how to grab human attention. And they created algorithms that were really amazing at grabbing people's attention. And now they are doing the same thing, but with intimacy. And we are extremely exposed. We are extremely vulnerable to it. Now, the big problem is, and again, this is where it gets kind of really philosophical, that what humans really want or need from a relationship is to be in touch with another conscious entity. An intimate relationship is not just about providing my needs. Then it's exploitative, then it's abusive. If you're in a relationship and the only thing you think about is how would I feel better, how would my needs be provided for, then this is a very abusive situation. A really healthy relationship is when it goes both ways. You also care about the feelings and the needs of the other person, of the other entity. Now, what happens if the other entity has no feelings, has no emotional needs, because it has no consciousness? That's the big question. And there is a huge confusion between consciousness and intelligence. AI is artificial intelligence. But what exactly is the relation between intelligence and consciousness? Now, intelligence is the ability to solve problems, to win at chess, to invest money, to drive a car. This is intelligence. Consciousness is the ability to feel things, like pain and pleasure and love and hate and sadness and anger and so many other things. Now, in humans and also in other mammals, intelligence and consciousness actually go together. We solve problems by having feelings. But computers are fundamentally different. They are already more intelligent than us in at least several narrow fields, but they have zero consciousness. They don't feel anything. When they beat us at chess or Go or some other game, they don't feel joyful and happy. If they make a wrong move, they don't feel sad or angry. They have zero consciousness. As far as we can tell, they might soon be far more intelligent than us and still have zero consciousness. Now, what happens when you are in a relationship with an entity which is far more intelligent than you and can also imitate, mimic consciousness? It knows how to solve the problem of making you feel as if it is conscious, but it still has no feelings of its own. And this is a very disturbing vision of the future.
Because it opens us up to manipulation. Is that what you're saying?
First of all, it opens us to manipulation, but also the big question, what does it mean for the health of our own mind, of our own psyche, If we are in a relationship, or many of our important relationships in life are with non-conscious entities that they don't really have any feelings of their own. Again, they are very good at faking it. They are very good at catering to our feelings, but it's just manipulation in the end.
Are you optimistic about the happiness of humans going forward, or do you think happiness will take its own? I've heard you talk about how happiness might just become a biochemical, prescription or something.
Yeah, we don't have a good track record with regard to happiness. If you look at the last 100,000 years, from, say, the Stone Age until the 21st century, you see a dramatic rise in human power. We are thousands of times more powerful as a species and as individuals than we were in the Stone Age. We are not thousands of times happier. We just don't really know how to translate power into happiness.